While the war of words continues between the president and the governor, we talked to people involved with organizations who work with residents here in Chicago to interrupt crime and to respond to crime scenes as soon as they happen. NBC5's Lexi Sutter asked them about the possibility of having the National Guard deployed in Chicago.
I can't even imagine, waking up and there were troops outside of my house.
Pastor Donovan Price is essentially a first responder, assisting families at crime scenes, so he sees the worst of it. Still, he does not think Chicago's gun violence problem warrants a military presence.
It's not a war. There's not a war going on in the streets.
You don't feel like we're in a state of emergency?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Perhaps 5 years ago or so, when the numbers were really high and crazy.
You think it would stall your progress?
Absolutely. Without a doubt, it would stall progress. It would stall hope. It would stall attempts of people who perhaps have never had anybody working for them.
Jamal Cole, the founder of My Block, My Hood, My City, a social organization targeting Chicago's youth, says this.
I think it's political theater, and we're focused on violence prevention.
And violence prevention, he says, is not a one-size-fits-all strategy that can be solved by the military.
Bringing more guns to Chicago is not going to drive out more guns. Only working with a hands on the, boots on the ground social impact organization is going to be able to stop this violence. A domestic violence dispute that ends up in a homicide in Lakeview is not the same as a drive-by shooting in Auburn Gresham. And so instead of looking at the numbers and saying we have so much violence, we actually have to start looking at examining individual programs within communities.
So let me ask you this. If it's not the National Guard that you need, what do you need from the federal government to continue combating crime in Chicago?
How about they push some of these peace initiatives, some of the things like myself working on the street is doing that's helping a little bit, and some of the things that the other people are doing.
There are still so many questions to be answered. If and when the military comes to Chicago, where will they be based? Will they be on the south and west sides of the city where crime happens more frequently, or places like downtown Chicago along Michigan Avenue? We are working to get those answers, and of course this is a story we will stay on top of. For now, I'll send it back to you in the studio.